Language is very powerful in the sciences, and abusing it leads to confusion and chaos. I'm in this right now. Page 33. Evolution of the solar system. This is the big picture, evolution of the solar system. Here's the little diagram for you. Once believed to be a cosmic standard, the solar system's bifurcated layout of inner rocky planets and outer gas giants actually makes it an oddball. Mid-sized worlds called super-Earths appear to be in the galaxy's most common planets, but none orbit our sun. And where our sun's inmost companion is Mercury, most Earths have planets much closer in. The orbits of our sun's strange retinue of planets tend to be more spread out and circular than those around other stars. Complex planetary interactions from our solar system's youth can explain these divergences from the norm. Now, I'm working in human communication is my bachelor's degree, and even though I failed to communicate a lot of these ideas to people online, skeptics, astronomers alike, they seem to not understand how powerful language is and how much it can bias their mind. And it's very easy to see how dangerous it is because it sets the standard for how you view the world around you, the very words you use. And you don't even have to look at this big picture to examine it and to wonder about what kind of like physical laws are in there. The answer you need to decipher is right here. It says evolution of the solar system. Now, right off the bat, this literally is a solar system formation model. So right off the bat, they're confusing formation with evolution. And then it says of the solar system. The solar system? They view all these individual objects which are separated by tens of millions of years of miles. They're separated by tens of millions of miles of distance, and they view all these objects as being a singular construct, the solar system. So when they say complex planetary interactions from our solar system's youth can explain these divergences from the norm. And to make an analogy for this, it would be like looking at a family. You have your mom, you have your dad, you have your sons or your daughters, you have your dog, your cat, your uncle, your grandparents, And mind you, some people, they live sort of close to each other, like around the same neighborhood a lot of the times. Many more times they live in other countries, but we're going to discuss that. But think about a family. Think about how the mom is much older than the son and the daughter. The dad's much older than the son and the daughter, and the grandparents are even older than them. And then you have your dogs and your cats, and they're all a single family. And to say, for this analogy, would be like they're a solar system. They're a nuclear family. And you have your extended family, your uncles, your aunts. But to say it's all a single unit, like they do with the solar system, I think that's one of the most dangerous things they could have ever done. And it's what's led them to massive amounts of confusion. Your mom and your dad were highly, highly unlikely to have been born in the same hospital at the same time. Same goes with your son and your daughter. To say the dad's daughter or son was born in the same hospital at the same time as he was born, and the grandparents even more so. That's even more odd. The grandfather was born in the same hospital at the same time as the granddaughter. That's absolutely ridiculous. But that's exactly how they look at the solar system. They look at the sun and the Earth and Mercury and Venus, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, and they say, well, they're all orbiting each other now, so they must have all been born where they are in the same hospital and at the same time 4.6 billion years ago. They never look at them and say, well, holy shit, they're a lot different. the Earth is rocky and it's differentiated and it has life. Yet they place the Earth as being the same age as the sun. It's like looking at a grandpa in the retirement home playing poker, and his granddaughter visits him and says, "Hey grandpa, how you doing?" And then the astronomer comes in and says, "Well, look at the grandfather playing cards with the granddaughter. They absolutely must have formed in the same place at the same time because they're together now." That's how ridiculous it is. And that's the mentality of astronomers these days. And it's all rooted in their failure to properly use language. And language is very powerful. It literally holds the capacity to determine what you see in with the world around you. The very words you use, the very things you say, have so much power, and these astronomers are abusing it at every turn, and not realize well, why is this going like this? Whoa, why is this happening? Why are we so confused? We're confused because you're using the most powerful technology ever invented by humanity, and it's language. It's not fire. It's not the wheel. It's the ability to talk to each other and use words that have shared meaning. But yeah, basically that's it. And I'm looking at this, and I'm just looking at all of it. Like, these astronomers, they're using shared meaning for worldviews, and they all are in the same big groups, and they're wondering why they can't figure this stuff out. Well, it's because the shared meaning you have for planet and star is the same for each other. So it literally takes somebody who is not inside of those groups, like myself or others. There are a lot of other people that have different ideas too, that understand what's going on. And we have to do it from an outside perspective, because the shared meaning they have for solar system is a complete misinterpretation of basic concepts concerning astronomy. But all right, I just want to let y'all know that I'm gonna probably continue rambling on because I have no other further points, but you get what I'm saying. Oh yeah, today's January 23rd, 2017.